Number 3, visionary leadership and competent management. The acceleration of disruptive technology has created changes in the way we communicate, making it essential to know how to be effective. There are a few places where we can learn the new trends in communication while developing fellowship through collaboration and improving leadership while volunteering. If you want to navigate through this new normal stage in our society, this show is for you.
Iona is an experienced Toastmasters leader and mentor who has been volunteering in the organization for almost 20 years. Started as a sergeant at arms, performed all roles, and currently serves as Vice President of Education. She was a pioneer in forming a new Toastmasters chapter. She is also committed to creating programs for education and training in the organization.
Welcome, Iona. Iona, it is an honor to have you in our show. Please tell our listeners when and why you joined Toastmasters.
Thank you very much for having me on your show, Olivik. And I love the fact that you are very, very enthusiastic about the new projects and pathways. I joined Toastmasters in 2020 because I wanted to be a more confident speaker. And here I am, after all these years, still trying to be a confident speaker.
Thank you, Iona. Leadership and communication skills. What comes first in Toastmasters? And how do you learn those skills?
In Toastmasters, communication comes first. Without communication, you cannot lead. To lead a team, you need to be able to communicate. And in Toastmasters, that's what we deliver, a curriculum that teaches communication and leadership skills. It's so important in how we speak with one another, how we can encourage one another, how we can promote one another. And that, at the end of the day, is what our leadership skills is all about.
That is all about. Now, with your experience, why Lakeview Club?
It's very simple. A friend asked me to join. Harinder said, please join Lakeview Toastmasters. And Lakeview has wonderful members and guests. And it's a very strong club, and they take very seriously the education program. And when I saw that, I thought, well, I will help a friend. And it also realizes and makes you realize that the power of asking. Anything you want is within your grasp if you can simply ask a person.
Thank you, Iona. Iona, you mentioned that you founded Canada's most successful Toastmasters chapter. What are the challenges that you faced in forming this chapter?
When I began, actually I formed several chapters, but Meadowvale Toastmasters was one of the very many chapters. And there were a number of challenges. Some of the challenges were finding members. Where do you find members in a brand new place? What kind of location? Is the location conducive? Who would attend the meetings? We had a demonstration group of people that helped put it together. And what we did was find a location. First thing, it was in the library, a safe place where people can go and be safe. And they come to the library anyway. And I thought that's a really good location. So we got this tiny little room and we began having demonstration meetings. The second thing was finding members. Where do you get these members? So what I did was print out several flyers and handed them out at bus stops. I walked around the entire neighborhoods every day, dropping flyers at different people's houses. And what makes you realize that if you can promote in any way, shape, or possible, that you can grow your membership. And suddenly at the first meeting, there were 52 people who came because of those flyering, just handing out flyers at the bus stop. And it makes you realize that it works. Promotion works. So some of the issues I had was, of course, having money to start the club because we had to pay. We didn't have any money. So two clubs, Confidently Speaking and Speaking for Success, gave us the money to charter the club. And that's what we did. So getting the money to charter the club, getting the members, how to promote, how to advertise, how to do the agendas. And I think the most important thing of it all was getting dedicated people to attend those meetings. And it happened. And suddenly we followed the programs, simple things in place. We had people do educations. We did the Better Speaker series. Every single meeting had something that taught people something. So you knew that you would learn something when you came to the meeting. Then you delivered your speeches. Then you did your evaluations. And suddenly you just grew because people were involved by being engaged.
Thank you, Iona. The next question, it has to be with something that you said earlier, and it's the power of asking. But the question is that, what are some of the great contributions other than leadership and communication skills you have been benefits from Toastmasters International?
I've learned so many things at Toastmasters. One of the first few roles that I did was be a club secretary. I love that role because what it really teaches you is to listen and take really good notes. Still today, I can take brilliant notes at meetings at work. So this translated to the workplace. I learned how to do websites. I learned how to do newsletters, how to in Toastmasters, we do speeches, right? So what's your opening? What's your body? What's your conclusion? You can take these skills that we learned and translate it to the workplace. I became a really good listener. I actually learned to speak to people without being so shy as to be this person at work who used to be so quiet and hide in my cubicle. But today I'm out there talking to people. How was your day? How are things? And these are the soft skills that we learn at Toastmasters that comes back into the workplace. So these are other contributions that I have received from Toastmasters is the ability to talk with people and be, put people at ease. And when you focus on the right things and just focus on the basics, great things follow. You may not think that being a sergeant at arms is very important, but it is. Imagine you walk into a room and how you place the chairs and tables in a room. The logistics affects the ambience of a meeting. Think about being in a 5-star hotel and you feel different when you walk into the lobby. You feel different when you walk into a certain restaurant, and it's the same feeling as the logistics. So I used to be very particular with how we place the banner. Is it crooked? Is it right? Is it left? And these are details that help you. Being a president taught me how to lead people. People don't want to do everything all the time, but how do you energize them? You energize them by, focusing on the common goal, focusing on why we are there, giving people opportunities to speak, recognizing them. These are your things that we learn in Toastmasters that you can translate right back into real life and in real time in the workplace.
Iona, we can feel your energy in the podcast too. Would you tell our listeners about your division Governor of the Year Award?
Again, you start at the basics. Whatever you're given, if you do it well, you can do great things. Division Governor of the Year in 2006-2007 was in District 60. And I had 14 divisions, I think then, a lot of clubs, 41 clubs. And what we did was we just did the basics. We focused on membership, on marketing and education. We promoted education. We said, educate your members, have a Better Speaker series, have many workshops. So that's one thing that we promoted right through. So when people are engaged in the meetings, the membership grew. And when the membership grew, we built 11 clubs at that time in one division. And it was huge. But it was not what we did. It was how we did it with a group of people. And when you are filled with energy and when your team is excited with what you do, you can do great things. I was very surprised when I received the award. it was just doing the basic things, which is, helping our clubs be strong and asking the clubs to please take on roles and be vibrant. And the clubs themselves made me successful. So I think I was very humbled when I received the award. I have to say that.
And congratulations for that. Iona, we are aware of the historical time we're living. Some call it the new normal, in where communication has become a crucial skill. What, in your opinion, has been the contribution of Toastmasters to these times?
See, as our clubs transition to the online forum, we've not been able to meet in person. So this has created a new forum, the virtual reality, if you please. It's difficult to communicate in person as you can communicate online. So now you need to worry about, do you have a sound check? Do you look okay? Is your light fine? And all these things, you're trying to create something that is in person online. So I find that we found new ways to make this virtual reality work for us, especially in this COVID times. I think our members also try to find new ways to engage the current members. How do you keep them interested? How do you keep people involved in it? So we learned a lot of new things during these very difficult times. And also there are people that have lost jobs, people that have problems at home. People, when you don't have your basic necessities, the question is, how do you engage your members, right? So you can do it in different ways. So you can have open houses, you can have speech crafts, you can have workshops, and these are things that will engage the members. And when you recognize every single member, and it's not just recognize and say, oh, Olivik did a good thing, or Richie did something really good. You mention them, you give them a ribbon, you give them a certificate, you write them a letter. So now we are engaging not only online, we are engaging after the meetings. So these are things, and you have to be cognizant. If a person cannot attend a meeting, perhaps they have greater things behind. So, and I think we are all Toastmasters. We are very, very resilient. We love Toastmasters, but not everybody has all the things that can make it right for them to attend. So we also need to be a little bit kinder and more generous with one another and understand that things happen, right? So during these times, I find that we have an opportunity to be very, very kind to one another. Invite people back to meetings. If you don't see a member there at every meeting, reach out, send them a message. Why aren't you there? If 3 people reached out, you'll be surprised. You'll all come back. So we have difficult times, I understand, but difficult times, it brings out the true success in a club, in a person, in the companies and the communities that we lead.
I agree, Iona. We will get through these difficult times too. Next question. How did you, as a leader of the organization, cope with a disruption?
Well, it's not easy, I know, but you need to focus on basics. Always focus on the basics. Why are we here? Why are we at Toastmasters? We are here to learn communication and leadership skills. We're here to speak. Are we doing speeches? So focus on the basics. Have the basics complete. If people cannot find the time to do the speeches, offer them the canned speeches. Ask them to do the successful club series, the leadership series, the club excellence series. So focus on the basics and everything else will follow. And this is true not just with Toastmasters, but it's true in life as well. If we do the things that we came here to do in the first place, ask yourself, why am I here? Why did I join? Am I doing the things that I said I would do? Am I living the Toastmasters promise at the end of the day? To attend my meetings regularly, to reach out to my members. So these are things that will help during these times.
Thank you, Iona. We don't want to let you go, but this is our last question for you. For our listeners, would you share a life-changing moment if any, at Toastmasters?
I have to say, I've had several life-changing moments at Toastmasters. I remember, and this is in a boardroom, my manager told me that you're going to present on business continuity tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. It was 5 p.m. in the evening. I used all my Toastmaster skills and put together a presentation. I had printouts, done everything, did the outline. And then when I appeared in the boardroom, they were all the senior executives in the boardroom. And I was shocked. But then I began presenting. I presented a subject on business continuity for my specific department. And another one on pandemic plans as well, which today we are under. So that was a life-changing moment, because when I was able to deliver the message for what my department had done, what my group and team had done, and how we were progressing and what was our backup plan, how we would, if disaster struck, what would we do next? And those steps that I placed, and I know that other departments also presented, but for me, the life-changing moment was that I can present. I can present with authority. I can present to senior executives. And this is what Toastmasters does for us. It changes our lives. Toastmasters has changed my life. The fact that I could present in a boardroom might seem so small to someone else, but so huge for a person like me who came to Toastmasters because I was shy and didn't have the skills. And, progressively doing all these projects over the years has helped me. So right from this quiet, shy person to presenting in a boardroom and successfully was a life-changing moment for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Iona. We have no words, but we would like to thank you deeply, and to our listeners for taking the time in getting better as communicators day by day. Stay tuned for the next episode.
Thank you.